Hello, guys. My name is Vasily Suli. Here is where I document my Forex journey. And so, yeah, guys, as you saw the previous videos that I posted, I was like stressing much on the charts on a trade that I executed. So, today I will be talking about the trade that I executed this week. I keep on stressing much on the chart. So, before continuing with the chart, yeah, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Anything that regards with investment or forex is like carrying much risk, or guys, carrying much risk. So if you want to just do some investment, make sure that you contact your financial advisor. So yeah, by no means advising anybody to do whatever as regards to trading. I'm not a financial expert. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. So without wasting any time, let's just go straight to the first currency pair. I just want to show you the trade that I executed this week. This week. So yeah, I'll leave. Yep. So okay, let's first look at this chart. This is Aussie dollar, guys. What really happened if you Aussie dollar? What actually did happen in Aussie dollar? As you saw my previous trade, I was on fire, but this one this week it was like first. Okay, the price we on. If you look at this, the price gave us like lowest point. Here was our support, and now we on an upper trend. We're moving to the upper side. So we drew my trend lines. So yeah, don't mind this one. This turning point here. Why I don't evolve? I will in time, but I kept my chart as it was this week. So what did actually happen? Okay, the price we're moving upside out to the upper side here. The price side is correct, and we moved to the upper side first touch, and now we had a second touch. And another thing that I would like explain to see how is the market going to approach this level when we're moving to the upper side. We moved to the upper side. Yep, we ended up like the price, as you can see here, the price rejected here, the market rejected at this level, and we ended up dropping again. And the first thing you're looking at the 4 hour time frame, what actually happened here? The price rest at this point, at this second touch of our trend line, move to the downside. And how did it move? We have an engulfing bearish candlestick, right? And a solid movement to the downside, and pulse movement to the downside. And if we go to the last time frame, guys, as you can see where I entered my first position, which was a short position. As you can see, guys, we have movement, impulse, and now we were on a correction. When I saw this happening, okay, like okay, it doesn't matter what we're on a level, but what is going to happen now? We are going to go to the downside here. We're like, okay, we restricted from the top, right? Bearish engulfing candlesticks, move to the downside impulsively, and now, well, in the price giving the market is giving us a correction. I'm like, okay, the market is giving me a correction, so let me execute a short position. Execute a short position. I aim at this level. I aimed at this level, and I ended up taking my first banking 70 pips on a short position. And I would like after this, I was like out in the market. I would like now the second thing I was waiting for was waiting for this to see how the market going to approach the trend line first, and secondly, if it passes break below the trend line, how is the market going to approach this level? All right, is it going to break the level? So in this level, or is it going to be corrective in this movement? So as you can see, guys, the market moving positive to the downside, and it started to correct here all the way till it rejected at this level, significant level, which I was interested on. And you can see if you can go back into the 4 hour time frame, you can see that this was a solid candlestick close below the trend line, and many people were caught up on the wrong side of the market. They were expecting for the price now to go to the downside, but as for me, it was not that case because I had two things. I was looking for two things: trend line, how the price going to react, how the price going to approach the level, right? How is the price going to approach the trend line, and how the price is going to approach these supply zone here. I mean this demand zone here, right? This demand zone. And again, if we go to the small time frame, 1 hour time frame, you can see that it was corrective in nature and rejected here and moving possibly to the upper side. When I saw this happening, we're like, oh, didn't came as a shock because already gave us a sign that I'm about to reverse, and it did. and gave us a correction, impulse, and a correction after this broke above this trend line. I was like, okay, because of that, now I'm expecting for a buy. I'm expecting for a buy. I end up executing a trade because this movement here tells us that we are retesting the level, we are retesting the tools level, we are retesting the trend line. It is a retest on the trend line, it's a false breakout actually, that what happened. And the second thing that I had to bear in mind is that we are on the upper trend. If the upper trend has not been broken, so I'm still expecting for buyers. I'm expecting for buys. I'm expecting to take the market to capitalize on an upper side movement, on a movement that on a movement to the upper side. So I was expecting to see more buyers in this area, and as you can see, guys, I ended up capitalizing on this movement, and now we're still in profit. Yeah, I'm still in profit, so I'm still expecting the price to continue go all the way up till gave us maybe till it gave us a list double top here at this level. So without wasting any time, I'm done with OZBILL now. Let's just go straight to what actually happened on Euro USD. What executed the trade that I executed. As you can see, guys, the first trade that I executed, it was this one. It was this one. This was beautiful, 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 very, very beautiful. I executed this trade. This trade, this was before NFP, not last week, but the week before. It executed this trade and like beautiful setup and on the upper trend. Ended up like, okay, I see we're on an upper trend. We're on an upper trend, as you can see, guys, this trend line. And now this is a corrective nature of the market. The market is giving us a correction here after this long movement to the upper side. What I'm expecting to see a price breaking above and go all the way to this level. That's why you can see it. My TP was around this level. That's 129 pips. Okay, once that people say so. So we moved all the way up. What happened? The market, the price registered this trend line, move above, break above this trend line also. And then what happened? The price moved to the upper side, and like okay, price started to correct around this area. It was like Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. Then an NFP took place on Friday. So it was no surprise when I saw the price moving to the upper side, because these were the this movement was the indication that when NFP happens, it might be hitting to the upper side also, because this was an indication of the news was about to come. You know, yep. First time trading NFP, so this was like a nice movement. Seeing price moving strongly and strongly, this bigger movement in a short period of time. So we're like amazing, and we ended up by hitting our TP here, and we're like holding. Seeing Tuesday, because I opened this trade on Tuesday. This data started to move. We're like, okay, I'm now in profit, and it started to correct. And on Friday, whoa, what a big movement happened! And it's up capitalizing on rest of the pips. So yeah, this is a good way of trading correlation pairs. As you can see, this structure of OCTON and structure of Euro USD's sort of correlation happening here. But at this level, what happened really happened at this level? Price started to correct, giving us a double top there, impulsive downside, and went back up and rejected at this level here. We ended up having a triple top before we impulsive downside correction, impulse again. And maybe you're asking yourself why I wasn't involved. I didn't see any opportunity. Actually, for me, there was no opportunity. I didn't see any valid and quality setup here to capitalize on, like I did. So on an opportunity on Aussie dollar. You know, I was like, okay, and others would say like, if Aussie dollar is dropping, probably Euro USD will be dropping because there's correlation. Okay, how do I trade correlation? I trade correlation based on structure, not just based that the pairs are correlating, because that's one of the things that people don't understand, and they end up having losing trades because they enter trade based on these pairs, they correlate most of the time. No, they correlate most of the time, but not on based on setup. You see, I enter trade based on setup, quality setup, value setup, based on setup, not on just plain correlation. You know, it doesn't work that way for me. You know, I have to see a value setup. And I understand that sometimes I don't have to catch each and every movement. You know, if I see a value structure, a value setup, then I capitalize on that movement. That's it for me because I know I got many chances. And what if I enter the trade, let's say, enter the trade here on 8 and 7 for the sell because it's was selling as a dollar, and I ended up losing. And I ended up losing. What is it that we're going to learn? We're going to learn. No, they sometimes pairs don't move the very same way. You know what? But there's nothing much I was going to learn if I lost or even if I won. Okay, so end up drawing this trend line, first touch, second touch here. Okay, extend this line all the way to the downside, and we rejected. So we moved to all the way to the downside, and we rejected at this level, this trend line. Move to the upper. We move. Okay, we rejected, moved to the upper side, and came back to the downside, and we ended up having this pattern around this area. This pattern around this area. So as you can see, it's a double bottom. So after seeing this double bottom, I'm expecting the price to move to the upper side. Price move to the upper side, okay? Then pass movement to the upper side, a correction here, and move up. All I was not interested even in this area because there was nothing solid for me at the time. There was nothing solid for me at the time, right? Okay, what happened? The price ended up like breaking above this trend line. I was like, the only then I was like, okay, and now I'm interested. I will be taking a buy. I'll be entering a long position, and the price went up. As you can see, first candle broke above the trend line. Second candlestick, that's where I entered my position, moved up, checked in, and then after that, checked out. Wasn't lost. Okay, I drew this level, or expecting the price now to come back and retest this level. All right, and it did, and it moved, retested this level and moved to the upper side, and still expecting the price to continue playing to the upper side. Yeah, so yeah, it is what it is. So let's go to the third currency pair. What is pound dollar? I'm done now with Euro USD. So what I saw on pound dollar, what I saw in pound dollar. Well, first, let's go to the 4-hour time frame and see what was happening here. As you can see, we're on an upper trend, right? We are on an upper trend. Price moving up, we broke above this zone. We broke above this support zone, this resistance zone, which now price moved to the upper side and came back and retested this, and now we have a support here at this level. So when this happened, I was like expecting a first touch because we have first touch, second touch, and then this was our third touch. So now we're expecting, okay, how is the price approaching this level? Gave us this sort of head and shoulder pattern. This is a head and shoulder pattern, small head and shoulder pattern. Left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. We moved to the downside, right? We moved to the downside, and we started to correct all the way till we reach the level, we reach this level. So as we are correcting in nature, approaching this level, and when I draw my trend line, we end up having what we had, end up having an expanding channel here, sort of an expanding channel. So like impulse movement to the downside, smaller correction, impulse, pull back, move back to the downside, and rejected and move to the upper side. As you can see, we have this engulfing candlestick. And if you look at this pattern, it is indeed a double bottom pattern. And I was expecting, okay, now we have rejected first a rejection and second rejection here at this level, and the price was corrective all the way to this level. So now I'm expecting the price to go to the upper side. Okay, impulsive movement to the upper side here started to correct and broke above this level. So I end up entering below, broke above. Why? Many confirmation. I got many confirmation, correction, that was bottom, engulfing candlestick. So we're like, okay, the price now is reversing, is going to the upper side, and I ended up capitalizing on this movement. As you can see, guys, it's still this position is still running. This position is still running. What I made so to do here is that I secured my profit. I secured first of all move. As you can see, the small tight at 61 pips. Okay, this was what I was risking. Moved above Okay, move my stop loss to break even, and after that secure some profit, a small profit, giving it a room just for a pullback, small pullback before continuing to the upper side. So yeah, still winning. So guys, let's go just to Euro GBP. What happened in Euro GBP? What did I saw in Euro GBP? Those who are following me on Instagram at Mbusilelo underscore Lubayan. Yeah, I'll post the link below on the description. So if you like or you'd like to follow me on Instagram, you can just click on that link. You'll find me on Instagram. I posted this setup before the evening. Okay, I will like on my story, and if you go to my demo trading or my demo trading, yeah, the demo trading account that took to the challenge. Yeah, growing account from 1,000 rand, which is probably like 90 or $85 into 30K, which around like this 2K is 2K in dollars. It's 2K in dollars. So yeah, that's the challenge I took. So what I saw happening here, what I saw happening was like the market was moving to the upper side, right? The market was moving all down to the downside here, but gave us this support, first support, and I was like looking at the structure, impulse moving to the upper side. Even though we got this, okay, price rejected at this level, drop to the downside, rejected at this level, move to the upper side, gave us this double bottom here. This means this double top here before moving to the downside, pull back, and I was like caught up in the wrong side too. I was like caught up in the wrong side too because we have this bigger double top here. We have this bigger double top here, right? We ended up being first touch, second touch, and ended up having that touch here, which became a triple top here before we dropped to the downside, pull back, and we're like caught up in the wrong side because of this. This is an impulsive movement to the upper side, right? So I'm expecting the overall movement, the overall direction of the market. For me, it's a buy. It's a buy. So we're like, when I saw this happening, I remember I drew my trend line like this. I drew my lines like this. I keep telling myself, okay, this is the pattern. This is the pattern. So if the price move up to the upper side, and now it says correct, we are going to move to the upper side. What actually happened there? I was tagged in and tagged out. Just stop loss hit. So yeah, guys, my stop loss were hit. So I was tagged out. So like expecting us to see the market now going to this level, and how is the price, how the market was going to react this level, how's the market price going to approach this level, and it was like solid. It was impossible movement to the downside. I was like, okay, I'm not interested. Didn't took any trade. First loss, experience. Okay, I took the first loss around this area. Now I'm at this level. At this level, I'm expecting to see how is the market going to approach. As you can see, uh, okay, let's go to 1 hour and just see what happened. What happened? Because I took another loss at this level. I took another loss. What happened here? The price rejected at this level, moved to the upper side. I was like, okay, now we have moved to the upper side. We have moved to the upper side, as you can see. Moved to the upper side, executed my trade here. Ended up tucked in, then come back, impulse the movement to the downside, small impulse, correction, and impulse. And I was like, okay, was out, take it out again. Okay, stop loss hit. I was like, okay, what's really happening? What is it that actually happening here? I had to sit back and look what is really happening. And when I came back to the chart, what I saw happening. Well, okay, the market broke the level, but how did the price broke the level? It wasn't impulsive or corrective, and it was corrective in nature. And another thing that happened here, it gave us a descending pattern here. It gave us a descending pattern which serves as a reversal. When it's broken above, it is a reversal. Okay, I saw this happening. Okay, rotated around arrow, gave us this engulfing candlestick to the upper side. This is a morning star pattern, bearish, spinning, spinning bottom, okay, engulfing candlestick. Okay, this is so rejection. Engulfing candlestick. Okay, we're going to the upper side. Second candle, we went to the upper side, end up executing my trade exactly here because correction and engulfing candlesticks, the morning star patterns. Okay, end up executing the bar position, and we broke above, retest, and move above, and went above. Okay, and continue to move to the upper side here, and like move my trade to break even, and I secured a little profit around this area. So yeah, It is what it is. This was that position I executed. Which was the last trade that I executed. So what next? Okay, let's go to yen, yen, CAD JPY. What happened at JPY, guys? Executed a loss. Yeah, so I will have to cut this video because there's something happening here. And